Hello my friends and welcome to the channel for another Escape from Tarkov video. This time with a subject I've been meaning to tackle ever since the SR-25 was banned from the flea market. What does a budget SR-25 look like and how much is it going to cost to run? The SR-25 is one of the best marksman rifles in Tarkov and one of my all-time favorite builds in the game. So it hurt to see the price go from 70,000 rubles on the flea market to 120,000 from Peacekeeper since there's no barter trades and no other way to get one besides a lucky roll on a weapon crate. A meta build for one of these things is about 300,000 rubles, probably even more now that the base price has increased. So my goal for this one was to get a decent rifle set up for 200,000 with a suppressor, flashlight, and a magnified scope. While I didn't quite get it that low, I did get it pretty close with some decent stats, and from my experience running this build for a day, it's a solid build that I can definitely stamp with my seal of approval. First, you have to buy one of these things from Peacekeeper level 3, unless you're lucky and find one. So there's 120,000 rubles tacked onto the price tag already. The first cheap addition that you can make to improve the recoil stat is to grab the CMMG Mutant gas block from Mechanic and replace the KAC gas block on the rifle. Next, for my suppressor on this build, I'm running the SIG SRD QD762 suppressor. This one is available from Skier level 4 as a barter trade for one Raven statue, which is pretty cheap on the market, or easily looted. To mount this suppressor, you need the SIG taper lock adapter, and then to improve the recoil even more, you want to add the SIG 2-port muzzle brake as well. This suppressor also has a pretty good flea market price most days, so whether you do the barter or buy it on the market, it's not too expensive. Another great option for the suppressor is the Thunder Beast, so if you have one lying around in your stash, or you see it for a good price on the flea market, it's a good choice as well. Next, I leave on the default handguard and I add one of the offset M-LOK rails for a flashlight with the Balder Pro O-Light flashlight as a really good budget option. For a grip, I went with the M-LOK AFG foregrip because it doesn't need an extra rail to attach and it gets you some decent stats for the price. Next, I replaced the pistol grip with the F1 skeletonized pistol grip for some ergonomics points, and then the only main part left is to replace the stock. There's a ton of options here, but on this build, I'm using a pretty underrated piece, the Double Star Ace SOCOM stock, with the Double Star recoil pad to add on some extra recoil reduction. You don't see this stock used too much, but it's honestly a cool budget item. These two pieces together give you almost the exact same recoil stats as a Magpul stock with the rubber butt pad and the advanced buffer tube, but it costs half the price, so it works quite well on budget focused builds. Finally, the last thing that you need to add on this build is an optic, and this is really up to your preference. My budget optic of choice is the Elcan Spectre 1:4 scope because I like the reticle, I like the 1 and 4 times modes, and it's really cheap on the market most of the time. However, for about the same price, you can also get a Valday 1:6 scope for a bit more range, or you can use a 30mm mount and the Burris TAC 30 scope if you prefer that. For only about 10k extra, you can also use the Voodoo scope, which is great for Lighthouse rogue farming. The optic is really up to you, but to keep it budget, I recommend not adding a backup red dot sight. When this build is all set up, you get 84 recoil and about 38 ergonomics for a total cost of around 220,000 rubles. It does have some extra recoil compared to the meta build, but it also costs about 100,000 rubles less to run, and as long as you aren't brain dead spamming the trigger in every fight, it's still pretty controllable and more than enough to send some M62 down range to take out kitted PMCs with no problem. That pretty much covers it for the build, and now I have some gameplay with this setup to show for the rest of the video. So hopefully you can see that I'm not just hyping this build up and it actually sucks. I wasn't sure how it would work when I first set up the build in the preset, but after running about 5 hours worth of raids with it, I'm kind of hooked. Being able to run an SR-25 for about the same price as an average M4 build feels kind of awesome, and this one is definitely on my list of go-to builds now. What do you think? Is it worth it to try and make the SR-25 more affordable, or does it work best kitted out to the teeth with the best attachments? Thanks for checking out the video. I've got links to my Twitch stream, Discord server, and Patreon page down below for anyone interested. And until next time, stay safe in Tarkov City. I think he's either like never left the fence or he's already run past and to the left. Going around the back wall. Option C. He walks literally directly into me. I am the definition of the bush Wookie. I'm gonna try and circle a little bit. Ooh, doinked them. Alright. Budget SR-25 doing its thing. I was so like panicked there. I was ready to hip fire my entire mag. What? Whoa. Who's this guy? Killed by my RGD grenade. Okay. Fair enough. You got... Yeah. Like, we'll see. If this guy actually has a couch bag, yeah, I am going to take that in for, because I can fit it. Alright, I'd say this is the best one with this build so far. Rogues are too easy, boys. Do it again. Are these goons? Is that a guy? That's night. Oh boy, stray dogs ready to be completed. Okay. It is the goons. Ooh, okay. Now, my question... Is there fucking anybody left alive, or did Knight just run in there, get a triple kill, and he was on his way back to tell fucking Bird Eye about it? Got him. That first shot was kind of a whiff, but made up for it. Dude, what's with all the AK-101s lately? Like... It's a good gun. I'm just surprised to see it so much. Oh yeah, killed by Knight. Okay, so I got Knight. But first, let's take a quick sneak peek. Oh, he's got a shotgun? That's what you guys were saying too. What class is that armor? It looks sick. Doink. Got someone. Oh, someone was just, yeah. Oh god, that looks like Bird Eye to me. Or someone with Bird Eye's backpack. I think that might have just been more shooting. Oh yeah, this guy's gone. I like how this is like CPC with shoulder pads, basically. Oh man, this player I killed was the one Timmy caught up in the midst of all of this shenanigans. Okay. Cool. Rogue's down. Got some nice class 5 armor. So this one's polyethylene. I think the other one said ceramic, unfortunately.